That's like my complaint in like superhero movies with superheroes not wearing masks. Like in Suicide Squad, how like Will Smith refused.
Okay, I think I'm back. And I
Welcome back.
changed this to part
Welcome back.
two because the stream just cut off and restarted.
Huh.
I don't know what the last thing you heard me say was. I was talking about Chip and Dale.
Yeah.
um,
I was just complaining about in superhero movies where like superhero like the actors refuse to wear
it's
the
a movie.
masks.
It is such a piece of fucking shit. It keeps cutting me off. It just keeps disconnecting me. Our internet has fucking sucked this week. They just randomly shut us off for no fucking reason. Am I good? Am I heard now?
I can hear you.
Okay. I couldn't hear you guys for a second, so I don't know. Yeah, basically all I was gonna say was just like I said it in the chat. I'll say it here. I think it's neat that they're actually like they have a reason for it to be like, hey, look at this character, look at this character. I mean, I don't know. It feels like they actually created a reason for for all these different properties to be in it. Where I feel like in like Ralph Breaks the Internet and Space Jam 2, it was just for the hell of it, and I think that gets obnoxious. It kind of takes away what's like special about those like old crossover movies.
Was Space Jam 2 any good? I refused
I
to watch it.
I really didn't like it, and I really did go in with an open mind. I didn't hate it as much as everyone else did. I was because I wasn't bored by it is the thing. I wasn't bored at all, but it's yeah, it does a lot of stuff that I don't like. It does a lot of it resembles a lot about what I don't like currently like about Hollywood, but I don't think that there's a single point in history where you find a time where I liked everything about Hollywood.
I really liked the Hays Code. They had it right back then.
But I like the Peter Pan. I thought that was funny. That to me feels like it's like I don't know. It's one of those cases where they're doing something that I wouldn't expect them to be okay with doing.
Right.
Um,
It feels weird that this is official.
yeah.
To me. Is it official? It's a real Disney thing, right? Like
Yeah. I honestly think the 3D model on Dale looks nice. I think that one was it's very expressive. I'm fine with that one. It's just like I wish if they were gonna like merge the new with the old, they would have actually done traditional 2D animation. At least on like the main characters, right? If you want to do the cell shading on other characters, fine. But for like the main characters, stick to the hand drawn. That would have been awesome. I would have been a lot more on board if they did that. That's all I'm saying. I would have been a lot more on board because I love
a weird thing is
I
that
love I
they
love
do have
2D.
hand drawn characters though.
It did look like they did. Yeah, it did. I
No,
think
they do.
it,
Yeah, I'm rewatching it right now.
it feels like those are going to be characters that are just there for a little bit, though. Like where the main ones are the ones where they're like doing the cell shade. It's like I don't, and again, like if that's not bothering people, I'm not gonna like have this big breakdown about saying like you should hate it for this, you should hate it for that. But it's just like I miss 2D. I wish that we still did that. The Bob's Burgers movie is coming out, and I'm really happy about that. It's a 2D animated film being released in theaters because it's so rare that you get one of those now. And if you do get one of those, it normally goes to like Netflix or something. Like what was it? Claws. I loved Claws, but straight to Netflix. Am
I
I
think the only thing
okay?
that
There we go.
oh cool. The thing that sucks is the only 2D animation movies that I have happened to see in theaters are all anime movies. Mm-hmm. Which is not a problem. It's just
Japan is great with that. They're still keeping that alive.
yeah, it just sucks that we don't have any like our kind of films in theaters, I guess.
Yeah,
That
I think
are
Disney. I think Disney's playing a big part in that. With like all that Pixar stuff that took off. I mean, I like CG animation too. I think a lot of those are great. Something like two more recent Disney films I liked a lot, like Encanto and Soul. I think those two work good as CG movies. Something like Luca, that one was like, it is 3D, but it's a lot more stylized, where it almost feels like it's taken a lot of influence from 2D animation. So I can appreciate that too. Same thing with I haven't seen Turn 'Em Red yet, but just from what I've seen, that's another one where it looks like they're taking like it's like 3D, but it's expressed in like a 2D cartoon. It's expressing.
Michael, watch it.
I will watch it. I plan on it. It's just a matter of when. I would have gone and seen it in theaters if they actually released it in theaters. I guess that's kind of a funny thing worth mentioning. I'm saying that Luca and Turn 'Em Red are the two movies that kind of feel like they're 3D, but they have like 2D vibes to them. But both of them got put on fucking streaming services like immediately. Neither of them got to go to theaters.
I feel like Disney is a little bit biased when it comes to what they will and will not release in theaters, honestly.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. I think
like, if you watch Turning Red, you'll get what I'm talking about.
But yeah, like I don't know. I hope that like 2D can stay alive. Their TV station, they kind of keep it alive a little bit. Those are shows. Those are like, you know, those have like those have like a smaller budget. I think, don't get me wrong, like Gravity Falls, that looked great for what it was. But it's, you know, it's a TV show animation, not like film animation. So there's like a limit to it, but it's a show that works really well within its limits.
There's still plenty of 2D animation on television. That is like the dominant TV style. Still it is the dominant TV style.
I think it kind of has to be, because like CG animation, if you want to look good, you have to pour a lot of money into it. That's normally not a TV show budget.
Yeah. But also, like, I think part of it is also just like the industry. Like, for some reason, they just decided to stop doing. Like there was a big push against 2D animated movies that there never has been for television. There was never a moment where like CG television was doing way better than 2D animation.
Yeah.
And you do have that in film. Like Pixar is coming out with like hit after hit after hit, and meanwhile Disney is making, Go
ahead. I'm sorry. No, I'm being rude. Go ahead.
I was done.
Okay.
I couldn't think of an example of a bad 2D movie they were making. I guess like Home on the Range or something.
I hated Home on the Range.
I don't remember anything about that movie.
I watched it at like a friend's house. It was like his birthday party or something, and I just thought it was like, I was so bored out of my mind. And I was really young too. Like I was like 7 or 8 when that came out. And nobody says good things about Home on the Range. I'm willing to believe that was just a stinker from them. The like animation looks fine. But that's to be expected with Disney. You know, like they have money to make animation look nice.
I'm gonna be honest, I really miss 2D animated movies. Like, I just want them to just come back.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, that's the like biggest reason I have for coming on the cell shading in this, because it's like you're trying to do a comparison of what used to be popular versus what's popular now. Like, I like that idea, having a 2D character and a CGI remake character side by side, but it's just like you're only going halfway with it because it's still a 3D model.
I think.
And I wish they would commit to it, because it's like, clearly they have all these like big names in it. They have like all these different properties in it. I don't think that they have a lack of confidence in this project. I don't think it's like, just put together some like quick 3D animation for that because no one's going to see it. I think they have confidence in the project, considering the cast for it and considering how much of their different properties they're putting into it. This doesn't seem like something that they should like cut any costs on. It seems like they should go all out with it at this point. Sorry, go ahead, Chris.
I think the thing that's funny is that outside of Home on the Range, all the movies that are considered as flops, like Treasure Planet and Atlantis, I thought those were pretty decent.
I remember loving Treasure Planet when I was a kid, but I haven't seen it.
Treasure Planet is on my movie night pick list.
I just
Like,
remember
I
thinking
feel
the
like
characters were so much fun in that movie.
I feel like if they, and I mean, I can't say that like I don't think Princess and the Frog was a flop, but it could have been. I don't know.
It didn't do as well as they wanted it to. But
Like,
also they didn't put that much effort into it. They this
I
was
mean,
kind of their like, oh, maybe we can go back to 2D animation, but they didn't put the effort into it they needed to, and so like they didn't give it the promotion it needed, and then they're like, whoa, we didn't promote this movie and it didn't do
to
well.
to be fair
Yeah.
here, I'm also gonna say that this movie got unfortunate controversy from places that it didn't need to get it from.
Yeah.
Like,
It's,
I remember my family criticizing the shit out of this movie, and I'm like, you guys were complaining that there's no Black Princess movies, and they're like, yeah, well, it didn't have to be this one, and I'm like, look, just like they did their best to not be racist. Just let us have this one, please.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. I would definitely be willing to watch it. It's just on the big list of the ones I haven't seen. Like, really, most of the modern Disney movies I haven't seen. Then there's like a few that caught my eye.
I absolutely enjoy the shit out of it, but I also feel like they could have done a lot more with it for it to be a classic. Like, I feel like my liking it is out of a complete bias, kind of like Black Panther,
Yeah.
where like I enjoy it, but like
I don't know. I like Princess and the Frog. It's one of my comfort movies. I think it's fucking good. It's a good movie. I like it.
No, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I'm the person that has a huge bias towards it.
I don't think that your like of it is pure bias. It's a good movie. Like, it's.
Oh no, I hate to say it. It's bias. Look, if it was, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm sorry that I'm on stream, but if it was like switched around and it was her friend that was the main character, nah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, then it wouldn't be the same movie.
It wouldn't, but you get the point. I'm just saying, like, it just happens to be it's the cast that is some. I like the movie, but there is a bias that I'm also gonna be honest with towards it.
But I mean, just what I'm saying is, like, it's not unfounded. Like, you're like,
No, I get it.
Pure bias. It's also just a good movie. Even
Oh,
if
no,
you do
no.
have the said bias, it is also just a good movie.
Oh no, I get it. I'm just being honest with it though about my biases.
I think that it's like this is just more on like less to do with this and more just on the 2D animation conversation. It's just like every once in a while you still get them and it's nice, but it does feel like something that's more pushed to the side. I used Claws as an example earlier. That movie looks amazing. It's like it is 2D
fucks.
animation. It's a
the
different
animation in that movie fucks.
Oh yeah, and it's like a
Hard.
very different style. It almost at times it almost looks like it's funny because I'm saying that like Turn 'Em Red is like a 3D movie that almost looks 2D at some points, and for me that movie is like a 2D movie that almost looks 3D at some points. But it is traditional 2D animation, and it's just because of how much detail there is and how good the shading is and how good the backgrounds are. The other one that came
Was
out
that in theaters?
same year. No, that's a sad thing. Pushed to
Really?
streaming. Yeah, and it would have been great to watch on the big screen. Another one, and this one I understand why it went to streaming because all of these this it was either going to be TV or streaming. But that same year, and it should have come out sooner than this, but that same year Invader Zim came out, and that was a really fun movie. That was like a 2D animated movie, and that was
the animation is so good.
Yeah. What I love about it too is they cut costs in one place in that movie, and it was the most logical and perfect place to cut costs. The tallest are rigged, like completely rigged characters, and it's so noticeable to me. But it's like all they have is awkward conversations with each other. You did not need to like do anything crazy for that. So that was like the perfect place to cut costs. Yeah, it was. It was a completely like that. That is just smart. That is just a smart way to save your budget on like other scenes. And then they had like basically fans come in and animate certain parts of it just for like the crazy sequences.
I honestly love the tallest. I would love it if they just done an episode that was just them talking.
Also, can we talk about how Nickelodeon released 2 nostalgic movies and they both were bangers?
I didn't watch the Hey Arnold one, and that's mainly just because I like Hey Arnold.
3.
Oh, you're talking about Rocco? Oh, I loved Rocco.
Yeah.
But Rocco was more like a special because that wasn't even 50 minutes long.
It wasn't a full movie, but still.
It's still a banger.
Yeah.
I mean, I counted it when I did my 2019 video movie list. I actually did include it, so I guess I shouldn't be talking. But it's a short film. It's a short film.
Yeah.
I really liked Rocco. Yeah, I wish it could have been longer, but I still because I feel like they have enough time to tell the story they want to tell. The story doesn't feel rushed to me. It's just like, oh man, you could have done so much more fun stuff. Just because I like those characters a lot. It's a fun world too. But I think what they were able to put together within that time was very good.
I'm also mad impressed with Invader Zim because I'm one of the few people that fell out of it. So I honestly thought I wouldn't like it, and it was the shit. It was dope.
Yeah, I remember when I watched it for the first time, I was going into it with kind of like this, how am I gonna feel about this? And it's been so long, and then the first 20 minutes of it, I was almost feeling when are they gonna get to the point? I remember there's so much build up basically within those first 20 minutes where it's just basically Zim and Dib are in their houses and not much is happening. Yeah. So it's is this how are they gonna go about this? They've already used 1/3 of their movie and nothing much has happened, and then just from there on it was great. And then on a rewatch I like that first act. I think it's just whenever you get something and it might be the last thing you ever get. I feel for me at least, there's always just this paranoia, are they gonna use their time well? Are they gonna justify it? I always just get so nervous that it's not because it's oh man, we're getting an Invader Zim movie, but at the same time, it's probably the last Invader Zim thing we're ever gonna get. Maybe it won't be, but it was just I want it to be good.
We need Invader Dib real bad.
I would like that. I would like it if they just made another show, but I feel it's an expensive show to make.
It's such a I felt like I was just watching another episode, and that's what made the movie good.
It's
it was
little.
They didn't miss a beat.
Show.
It's stylized a little differently from the show, and it's something that I didn't even notice until I looked at them directly compared. But the upgrade I think works really well for it. I don't think one is better than the other. This one's a lot more. The colors are a lot more vibrant in the movie. They're a lot more. It's a lot more colorful.
I meant more writing wise, plot and direction and writing wise. I'm they did not miss a beat. This is Invader Zim. Nothing feels changed.
As much as I'd love to see another Invader Zim show, I think if the cast and the writers are done, I'm fine with this being the last thing.
Oh yeah. I just feel that I agree with you. But I know originally there was a lot more that they wanted to do. And that, and they kind of did through the comic, and I think maybe they could adapt the comic into a show. But the funny thing though is the comic opens the same way the movie does, and then it just goes in a different direction. I remember by the end of issue, I only read the first issue, but by the end of it, Zim and Dib are in space. But the first 10 minutes of the movie are basically the first couple pages of the comic reboot. I would definitely be down to read the Invader Zim comic. I wonder if they actually concluded it or if it's still going on. I have no idea. Anyways, I'll shut up. What's up with you guys?
Actually the thing is, I'll say I did like the Jungle movie as well for Hey Arnold.
Mm-hmm.
It out of all of them, it felt the weirdest. Because it's Arnold out of the place that we expect them to be in.
Mm-hmm.
It was something they were trying to make, when Arnold was a show.
Yeah,
they finally got to make it.
That is the weird thing about it, because it's just you see all that lost media stuff, they tried to make this, they tried to make this, and it's one of the only examples I can think of it actually being made, all this time later. And it being made the way they described, because they described the plot back then and what was going to happen. And from the sounds of it, I haven't watched it yet, but from what I heard other people say, it follows the original plot that they wrote out pretty accurately. And yeah, it's just I don't know,
it's not them saying that it's bad. It's just it's good though. I liked it a lot. It was just
it was
weird.
Like seeing Rude Removal. It was like seeing Dexter's Rude Removal.
Yeah.
When they finally put that up, where it was just an urban it was like a myth for such a long time, and then it's like, oh shit, this exists now. It's a little different because that was something that was like just hidden away from everyone for a long time. I think that they're fucking cowards with that though, because they censored it and then they took it down a few years later.
Yeah, didn't they? Huh.
Like, come on, don't censor it. I get it. It's like a Cartoon Network show. Cartoon Network has to think about their brand, but it's been off the air for how long?
I was about to say, yeah, it's off the air. There's no point.
If Ren and Stimpy Adult Party Time cartoon can exist, it shouldn't. But if it can exist, then that episode of Dexter's Lab should be allowed to exist. That didn't kill Nickelodeon, you know?
You know, here's the thing, is that I think Rude Removal, the idea in general, if you're going to take, like, down the uncensored version, you should take down the original version, like, the censored version, because the intent is still there.
Well, so, the uncensored version never existed. They took down the censored version.
Oh, they got rid of the censored version. Okay.
Yeah, the uncensored version, according to all those people who commented on it, like, when it was an internet myth all this time, they said that it was uncensored at their screening. So, and here's the thing, you could say, oh, that's just a myth, though, but they were right about everything else. I believe that the uncensored version exists, you know, I believe it because the plot description that those old posts did, when it was just a rumor, explained the plot perfectly, like, nothing was off.
I could have swore the uncensored version was on Adult Swim for a whole second, like, it was on the website.
I don't think so, because I feel like that would have been like archived immediately.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find it, because I don't think it's on the website anymore.
Dexter's Rude Removal is like the first piece of lost media I ever heard of, and like I wanted to watch it so bad as a kid. I'm like, I'm gonna do whatever I have to see this eventually, and then they just released it, and I'm like, okay, thanks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it was cool of them. I would prefer a censored version over never seeing it at all, just because it was like such a surreal thing. But man, I wanted to hear the Dexter say fuck.
You guys think the uncensored version of Sailor Mouth exists? Because I kind of doubt it.
I kind of doubt it too, and I also think that there is a chance that the actors weren't actually cursing. They could have said any word.
I was about to say there's a good chance they weren't actually saying anything at all.
And also you can hear Tom Kenny saying fucked up shit as SpongeBob. He's done it.
Well, the thing that's funny is there was a Comic-Con Q&A about it, and they said that there wasn't anything said.
Yeah.
I don't know how true that is, because Comic-Con is heavily, recorded, but
yeah,
what I heard is that they started off Nickelodeon gave them fake swear words to say, but at some point they started saying real swear words, so I feel like a full uncensored version doesn't exist because they were saying the not curse words at first, and then you maybe only have a few scenes where they say an actual cuss. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised to find out that one of them swore in one scene, and that's it. That's the entirety of the uncensored version.
So this might be fake, the thing I sent you. It's a heavy possibility, but I remember watching this.
Okay, let me see. I think I know what this is, and I think this is an edit. Here, I'm just gonna play. On stream, you're gonna hear audio. I'm not gonna risk playing a Dexter's Lab episode on stream.
Hey everyone, look at this thing I found.
My latest
I found the censored version.
Yeah, that's an edit. You can
cool.
They're combined I've seen this before. Props to the dedication, but it's definitely taking lines and mixing them to make it sound like they're saying the curse words.
Oh dear. Excuse me, sir, but we think that was very rude, and we are in want of an apology. Yeah, here's your fucking apology. Yeah,
Oh yeah, here for the second one. Yeah, okay.
I'm fucking starving.
Because I remember, like, the only reason why I know for sure that I know that I've seen something about it on Adult Swim is because, like, I was one of those weird people that really wanted to keep Toonami alive. So, like, there was this thing called Toonami, like, Jetstream, and being part of the, like, not Jetstream, Aftermath, and they, like, kept talking about the rude removal, and, I feel like a lot of people believe that there was an uncensored version.
Yeah. I think the issue is, too, like, with, like, because people got the censored version, like, it's not even a thing that people, like, the internet is talking about anymore. So I think the chances of actually getting the uncensored version are, like, smaller than ever. Because just, like, nobody, like, even fucking remembers it anymore.
Think, speaking of first things with lost media, is actually mine was a Sonic, weirdly enough.
Which one? Because there's a couple for
Extreme, totally extreme.
Yeah, that
one was my. Well, the problem is like,
is there like a fan trying to recreate that? That just I don't even know if I've actually ever heard that or not. That just sounds like something that one of them would try to do.
There was, I think. The thing that's funny about Sonic Extreme is that, like, I remember promotional shit for it, and you guys probably do too, because, like, the ice cream bar had a thing that was trying to promote Sonic Extreme. Like, they used to do ice cream trucks, and the Popsicle for a minute had some, like, of the advertisement for it. And I remember hearing about it, and I'm like, that can't be real. And it's crazy because I don't know why the hell it didn't happen.
You know what blew my fucking... This is kind of a different topic, but you know what blew my fucking mind the first time I saw it?
What?
The fucking, like, I would watch those Sonic versus Mario Newgrounds animations, and one time I typed it in on Google, and the Olympic Games image came up, and I was like, what the fuck, is that, like, official? And I never had, like, and I found out it was, and I never had such a mix of, like, excitement and disappointment at once. Because on one hand, I was like, oh my god, they're doing a crossover, on the other hand, they're doing the Olympic Games.
You know, that's kind of reminds me of the Lost Sat AM game.
Yeah, that one I've actually seen. There's like a little presentation clip of it.
I know that I keep talking about Sonic with lost media. I think the first time it was movie was like the Electric Pied Piper, and the like month that I found it, it like got released. Like, I mean, the month I found out about it, like, somebody found it and released it, and I'm like, wow, okay. Because I was obsessed. I wanted to see it, and, like, for a month, I'm like, that needs to be a thing, and then, you know.
I love the clock tower one. The Clock Man. I never even, like, you know, I had no childhood memory of that. But I'm just fascinated with that story because what they describe is creepy, and when you see the animation, it's, like, not exactly what they described, but it is a disturbing animation, honestly. I get why that scared kids. Like, it is genuinely unsettling. I love that story. The one
I remember is the Plug or whatever, or Plug Man as people called it. They found it. That's the first time I've actually remember seeing Lost Media that people talked about, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that shit, you know, like, legitimately.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I never can help in any way because, you know, didn't record that shit, but, you know. Man, like, if you know what I'm talking about, seeing that as a young age fucks you up.
I haven't seen that, but I'm trying to think of stuff, like, because most of the stuff I actually am thinking of making the Childhood Trauma Part 2 eventually, because I've just been over the years. If I remember something, I write it down, and I have like a list of stuff now, and I'm like pretty close to a point. I'm like, yeah, I can do a Part 2 now, because it is still like a interesting topic to me. It's just stuff
if you do one and you nominate somebody, I'll actually do it this time.
Yeah, that's right. I nominated
Someone
you.
mentioned doing like a childhood trauma podcast episode, and I would be down for that because I don't have near enough to make another video, but I definitely have other stuff I could talk about.
For the big one for me, like I think Tam will probably be the most interesting one I have ever, just because it's like something that I feel like was unique to me. I don't think anyone else had that. It was just too specific.
I have a very specific fear that I had as a child that I don't have it anymore. Like, sort of. It still kind of just makes me uncomfortable a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was a kid, I was really afraid of, like, mounted heads. Like, mounted animal heads. Like, if I looked at a full taxidermy animal, like the full enchilada, the entire beast, I was fine. But if I saw just a taxidermy animal head just hanging up on the wall, glaring down at me, judging my sins, I would feel fear. I would look away. I would cower. I was so afraid of those things.
So I've talked about this, and this will definitely go into my childhood trauma thing if you do it. I had a fear of the dial tones before VHS tapes. I don't know what the fuck. I know what they're for now, but I do not know why the fuck it scared me.
I hated going to like
I hated it.
I hated going to like a live show, whether it was like the circus or I used to go to see Disney on Ice, like where like you would just hear the announcer's voice suddenly because it was always so fucking loud and it startled me every time I was a kid. I don't think I talked about that one in the video because like there's not much of a story to it. It's just like, yeah, loud voice scared me, but it was like a jump scare.
So one of the things that also scared me that will definitely be in the video, and I'm going to talk about this just to make sure, like, I feel like it might have just been a Michigan thing, but there was a video that they used to do, like, you had an assembly, and I remember, I don't know why the fuck it scared me, maybe because I have an issue with, amputees, but there was a video with, like, it was like this inspirational video, but it cuts to this guy with, like, no legs, and he's running on the blades, and that scared the shit out of me for some reason. And it, like, happened every year. It was, like, this inspirational, like, you can do it despite, like, your issues or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know why as a kid an amputee scared the shit out of me, but, you know.
Yeah. It's just something that seemed unnatural, I guess, for the time. When you're young, a lot of stuff seems unnatural.
Yeah.
And, I think the thing that scared me the most is, and I think I've told you this one, they used to do a Halloween magic trick, and they used to have a plant, like a kid, that was in the audience, you know?
Oh, I thought you meant like they had like a shrub or something.
No, but they had a kid in the audience that like no one could recognize because they didn't go to the school, and it was a fake cut-off hand trick, and they ended it. And they ended it with him going like, you know, fake blood came out, and that's how they ended it. The kid was okay, but the problem is, during my assembly, lunch started, so we never knew if the kid was okay. Like, we had to leave the assembly as the blade dropped. We saw that, and we're like, who is the kid? Is he okay? And then rumors started forming, like, yeah, he had to go to the hospital. The blade messed up.
Damn. Yeah, it's kind of... I think that's a little too extreme for a magic show at school. Because, like, we had the hands cut off, too. We had that magic trick shown, and it actually did get... And it gave me massive anxiety as I was watching it. But then, you know, they pulled the trick off. You know, like, oh, the hands don't come off.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that's scary about it is, like, anytime a magic trick happened at school, I was always, like, on edge. Because I'm like, there's going to be a kid and he's going to lose his hand. So, yeah. I think the thing that's funny about fears with me is it's either super irrational and nothing will matter, or it's, like, super, like, shit's gonna happen. It's gonna be real.
one of mine, like the number, like if I do the childhood trauma video, the number one on that one is going to be the Beetlejuice shed. Because that's just another one that was like deeply, like I could not for the life of me find out what it's from. But where Tam was like something obscure, that's why it was hard to find. This one was just purely memory. Because I mean, everybody's seen fucking Beetlejuice except me. So.
Well, now you have.
Yeah, now I have. And
I need to get you guys to listen to the musical. Just
already have.
I definitely would be down to listen. I mean, I like just listening. I've listened to soundtracks to them that I haven't actually, like, because I listened to the entire Book of Mormon. I've never seen the show, of course.
Damn.
I wish they would just sell a fucking DVD so I could watch. I'm not going to New York to see a Broadway show. Like
I will definitely go. I will definitely go if I'm ever there. You are invited.
I want to go. I want to go to New York to see Beetlejuice. I want to see it so bad.
Okay, so all of us save up money. We're all going to go see Beetlejuice.
New York City just gives me too much fucking anxiety.
Has that something ever been tied to a childhood trauma that, like, isn't the movie doesn't scare you, but like an incident that happened scared you? So like now that movie is entrenched. Entrenched.
Enranched.
There's movies and songs that I could have watched when something really bad happened and or something that upset me happened, and then it's like permanently associated in a negative way. Like the Ozzy Osbourne song "Mama, I'm Coming Home" is already a depressing song, but it also came at a bad time. So even though like the song has no connection to the thing that happened, but it was playing a lot. And I don't know why it was playing so much, but I heard it so many goddamn times when that like this thing happened, and for like forever now, it just has like that negative association with me. Even though it shouldn't, it's irrational, but it does.
What are you gonna say, Matt?
There's like a really freaky YouTube video, and like they play the same background track throughout the whole thing, and like it's not even like a scary track, but like it's more effective at like freaking me out than most scary music because I just associate it with that video.
So have you ever heard of the Monster Mash, like the animated movie?
I didn't know there was an
animated movie.
I think so.
I know there was a live action one. Was there an animated?
Never
that might not be the name of it.
Live action.
That might not be the name of it, but there was a movie where like the Hollywood monsters were no longer scary.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of movies like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Looks like there's an animated Monster Mash, maybe.
Synecdoche, New York is one for me. Now, to be fair, that has everything to do with the movie. But I decided to watch it the same week I was getting a CAT scan because there was a lump on my neck, and that was not a good time to watch Synecdoche, New York.
Yeah, it's the 2000s movie. Well, I was watching that movie, right? And I was at my mom's house, and some guy broke in, but I didn't know he broke in, right? Yeah, that's it. That is it, exactly. And I remember it was like 12 o'clock. And, this guy was an armed robber. And I'm like, oh, are you mom's friend? Are you here to fix the pipes? And he's like, yeah, I'm here to fix the pipes. And he just walks off with a bunch of shit. And, and then my mom runs in going like, you see a guy? And I'm like, yeah, he said he was here to fix the pipe. She's like, no, he was not here to fix the pipe. Little did I know, this guy fucking robbed the house. And,
you.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing that's scary is that he didn't, but like that same guy was known for like assault and shit. So like,
yeah,
it's like I was dumb enough to not get hurt.
Well, yeah, I mean, and just like someone who was not invited into your house being in your house is enough to fucking horrify you.
Yeah.
It's
But yeah, this goofy-ass movie is now connected with that forever.
I'm trying to think of another example for me, like, because I feel like there are some.
Scooby-Doo Zombie Island definitely is something that got to me as a kid.
Scooby-Doo Zombie Island fucked me up as a kid.
Well, because it's like it was like one of those movies. I mean, it first of all, it used very accurate zombies, like to the original zombie lore. Um, Second of all, just the idea of the soul being like trapped and this like shambling husk of a person, and like just what they did to those people is fucked up.
You know what's really fucked up? Is that I think the reason why it fucked me up is because at the time I was playing Resident Evil and shit like that. The thing that fucked me up is that it was Scooby-Doo that did it.
Yeah.
Like, it's Scooby-Doo that has, like, legit zombies and legit threats, and it's something that I never expected. So it made it, like, even scarier. That, like, that these are real monsters, these are... I mean, that's happened before, too, but, like, I don't know, man. it was fucked up. It was hard to watch as a kid. I loved it, but, like...
Also, do you guys fucking remember... I do not remember what they were called, but they were like the Nickelodeon like crossover games. They had to, like, yes. There was a chase sequence in one of those games that legit like scared me so bad I couldn't finish the game because I kept.
Oh my god!
What?
What? Oh, is Austin back?
Yeah.
I've been back.
How long have you been back?
A few minutes now.
Anyway, I tried to finish the game, but that chase sequence just, for some reason, just freaked me out. Like, it was a monster character, but it was just like, it was like this wall of, like, monstrous, like, I don't know what to call it, like, just appendages, like, reaching out for you, and you had to, like, fucking run away from it as fast as you could to the side of the screen, and I don't know, it just fucking freaked me out, man. I didn't like doing it.
That would freak me out. Fuck that shit.
I mean, I was afraid of, like shit like Mario 64. Like, I mean, everyone mentions the piano. I mentioned this in my childhood trauma video, but, like, everyone mentions the piano, which absolutely, that scared the shit out of me, too, but it's also just, like, just seeing that fucking ghost at the end of the hallway, I don't know why that bothered me so much. The Boos are not scary characters. They're actually adorable, but it's just, like, for some reason, like, it wasn't there before, and now it is there staring at the, like, end of a long hallway. That just, as a kid, that was super fucking uncanny to me.
The thing that gave me a crisis in the game Chrono Trigger, you can actually lose the main character, and he can stay legitimately dead. And that fucked with me. Like, like it's weird.
Back.
Yeah, like, you can bring him back, but, like, it's, like, kind of a secret almost. Like, you have to go out of your way to do it. So as a kid, you can beat the game without the main character, and it's just, like, kind of creepy feeling. Because, like, you know, there's a void. There's a hole. It's awkward, and it's kind of creepy.
I used to be afraid of Pope John Paul II.
Yeah, I heard that story.
I remember you saying this.
Yep. That was, like, I legit just thought he could, like, kill people just by making the sign of the cross. I can't really think of anything. I don't really have, like, any of those things as a kid that really scared me. I'm trying to think of what.
I guess.
There was an episode, yeah, I guess, but I mean, come on. There was an episode of Elmo that I used to watch when I was like 4 that I remember scaring the shit out of me for some reason. And I don't remember what episode it was, but I remember hiding under the dining room table and freaking out because I told my mother that this episode of Elmo's World terrified me, and I don't remember what terrified me.
There's that really creepy claymation thing they did, but I don't know if that was Elmo or just Sesame Street.
I don't know if it was that or if it was something else. I genuinely do not remember.
I don't remember either, but I remember the same shit of being afraid of one episode of Elmo's World. Not Sesame Street, but Elmo's World.
Yo, I think we have a collective fear that we don't really remember. That's actually kind of weird. I kind of want to go back and watch every episode of Elmo's World now.
It's probably too fucking much of it.
You know what's worse is that my kid's going through an Elmo's World phase. So one day the episode's gonna pop up and I'm just gonna have a cold sweat.
Make sure you send it to Austin.
I had them all on VHS as a kid because like my family would like buy them and like put them in for me, and I wanted to know if they still have them. I doubt that they do, but if they do, I will go through and watch them all again and see if I can find it. I remember my favorite episode because it actually had like one episode that was my favorite, and it was about balls. just it's just balls. It's like regular ass bouncy balls. But then I told my parents that there was this episode that scared the shit out of me. I don't remember what it was. Like, I think I genuinely suppressed it. I don't know.
Small details also scare the shit out of me sometimes. Like, Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time scared the shit out of me multiple times. I didn't ever play Mario 64. I never had that opportunity. I think... the thing that's funny is I played Conker as a kid. I've played Banjo, but I missed 64 for some reason. But Zelda Ocarina of Time, the shark scared the shit out of me in the observatory when you go to the bottom. And Phantom Ganon scared the shit out of me because he has a different face. But I didn't notice he had a different face, and when my friend mentioned it, I'm like, oh shit, and then for some reason that fucked me up.
I played Jack and Daxter for the PS2 as a kid one time, and I remember if you try to like swim out of bounds, it plays like this, like it basically a shark comes around and eats you, but it plays like the noise of the shark like coming closer. It's like a heartbeat getting faster. Like, and faster.
It's a gross, it's lurker shark. Yeah,
I kind of got that with. I know what you're talking. Oh shit! I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That used to terrify me because I would hear it and it would put me into an immediate panic.
I got that with the Banjo-Kazooie shark. Now that one wasn't like it scared me or anything because it was a pretty like cartoonish and innocent looking design, but it was just that franticness to it. Like, you need to get out of the water now. You need to get out of the water now. So it's just like it didn't like it wasn't something I was thinking about even a second after I was done with it. But it was just like at the time it would just be like this frantic feeling.
To be fair here, if you go back and play it, the shark is kind of a grisly creature. Like, it has open sores and shit.
Let me look at him, actually. Probably look it up. Banjo-Kazooie shark. Well, there's the metal shark, which is...
Yeah, it's the metal shark.
Different. I'm talking about the regular
one. You're talking about the one in the second level, or the pirate level. Yeah.
This guy...
The metal shark fucked me up. He was cute, but he, like...
Yeah, the regular shark looks innocent enough. You know, it's just a basic shark model. But yeah, the metal one I could understand freaking someone out. Honestly, a lot of games can just kind of creep me out.
I think that's funny as though is that Resident Evil and Silent Hill didn't fuck me up until I got older and thought about, like, what the hell was going on. Except for the lickers. Like, that shit fucked me up, but that's also probably because it had, like, a cutscene where you could actually, like, see what it looked like.
That, thing that the Metal Gear Solid game did for GameCube was I always thought that was, like, really creepy.
Oh, Psycho Mantis?
Where it, like, knows your name.
Yeah. So, knows your name, knows your games, yeah. Psycho Mantis, yeah.
That was a very, at the time, creative Easter egg to throw in, you know, that was, I feel like if that were to happen today, it wouldn't surprise me at all. But for like the time it came out, that was like probably a first.
Metal Gear does weird shit like that.
Yeah,
I'm not saying like that's like I'm not discrediting what the first one did. It's just it's weird that they keep doing shit like that. Like, not to that extreme, but like in other games they have like really weird meta shit that like. If you're, like, super into the game, it takes you out of it for a minute in a freaky kind of way. So.
Yeah.
I think the weirdest one is Metal Gear 2. For me. Where, you get a transmission from the boss saying that, like, the game's over. Like, it's clearly fake, but it's, like, it degrades into like. I'll see if I can find the video, but it degrades and it gets weird.
I feel like I feel like Undertale could do that to someone who is like for like a kid who hasn't played that many games.
It probably has.
Yeah.
Games and shit just don't really freak me out anymore like they used to, because real life and adulthood freaks me out more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Amori fucked me up. Sorry, Matt.
I've been trying to think of like stuff that really, really scared me as a kid, and I'm like, there was definitely stuff that would show up in like movies and stuff that was like kind of creepy and that I didn't like, but as far as like my greatest childhood fears, I remember just being scared of like dying and the world ending.
Yeah,
I'm scared of God.
Here's the deal. I'm not gonna act hard, but I'm gonna say this. I visited the worst parts of Detroit, and I'm gonna be real here with you. Being put into those situations of actual life or death situations is scary, but what's scary is when it comes into your media. When somebody else acknowledges what you've been through and puts it in media, it's scarier because you can't escape it. Like, once you realize the real world's the real world, and then your escape doesn't allow you to escape anymore, and it pushes you back into those places. It kind of fucking it's a weird thing, and that might just be only me. But
No, I get what you're saying.
No, that makes sense. That really does make sense.
I mean, I haven't been through the same things that you have, but I honestly understand what you mean by it's like, I would like to escape this, please. I do not want this in the things that I consume. I understand why it's created, and more power to them, I suppose. But I do not want to see this.
Yeah. Like, because...
There are movies I have had to, like, pause, get up, and take a walk because I'm like, it's too real. It's too... Like, I see too much of myself in this.
That's how I feel about... Okay, I have only watched this movie once because I cannot watch it again. That's how I feel about the movie Heathers. I look at that and I'm like,
shit.
Hey, cool. Very, very legit suicidal, very legit depressed teenage years. Hit way too close to home for me. And it didn't, couldn't watch it again. I'm not going to say it is a bad movie, but it definitely brought up a lot of trauma.
Adaptation did that for me the first time I watched it. Also Scott Pilgrim. I had to pause Scott Pilgrim because I'm like, makes me uncomfortable. How similar he is to me and how awkward he is. Like, I just see so much of my own awkwardness in Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
I would actually like to see a movie where I can 100% relate to it, or at least relate to it, like, seeing myself in a person. I have not yet done that, but that also might just be because I have such a low,
you have a
opinion of myself. Yeah. So...
I have a different reaction to movies. Honestly, the more uncomfortable it makes me, the more I normally tend to enjoy it. But I don't think that's like... And that's not what everyone's looking for in film. I want to feel something. I genuinely, even if it's a negative emotion, I want to feel something with anything I watch. Like,
for sure.
And sometimes it can just be, I want to have fun. You know, that is feeling something. Last night with Lupin the Third, that's exactly what I got. I had a fucking great time watching that. And there's no psychological horrors that it's covering, or like anything like deep in like troubling to think about. It's just a good time. And yeah, it's not like every movie needs to be like, I love fun movies, but I do like going past my comfort zone with film. But it's
problem is
maybe that's because life has been...
Continue.
I was just going to say, maybe that's because life has been easier on me in some areas. It hasn't in all areas. There's absolutely shit. What?
You know what? I take that back. There's a movie that I 100% relate to, and that is The Pursuit of Happiness to a degree.
I haven't seen that one yet. Well, maybe I have. Maybe I have. Actually.
What you'll do as a parent for your kid is ridiculous. And I kind of feel that. Not in the fact, like, I'm in any dangerous or bad situation, or financially whatever, but, like, I feel like when you have a kid, and this might just be me, a lot of movies take a different approach with, like, the child characters you take a different kind of look at, because sometimes they remind you of your kid. So, like, if a kid is in a stressful situation, you kind of become more of, like, parent mode, so...
I'm gonna wait until I have my actual bachelor's degree, but I do want to do a series where I like watch shows and movies that center around children and talk about the actual child psychology in them. Because I've thought about doing that for things like doing that for like Rugrats or Kids Next Door or even like Ed and Eddie and talk about like how they portray children and what is and isn't accurate.
Yeah. I feel like the funniest thing is that we're all at that age where we remember what it is to like to be a child. I think.
Mm-hmm.
So so like it's funny when I hear adults go like, "Oh, a kid," like if for like It or like Stranger Things, like kids don't act like that. I'm like, "No, they fucking do. Kids say shit, kids do shit."
Oh god. I remember like when I started watching South Park, I'm like, wow, finally a show that knows how horrible children are. Because I was just like the kids in South Park when I was a kid. You know, barring like the really wacky out there episodes. Like
I think also
obviously
though
crazy stuff happens to them that is inaccurate, but at the same time, I'm like,
I'm gonna be honest. I think also though that is partially influenced by South Park itself. Like, I think it's kind of
yeah, there's that too. Like, I remember kids my age bragging about how edgy South Park was and how they got to watch this like really adult cartoon that said a bunch of swears.
Yeah, I think South Park just made kids worse. Honestly.
I don't know, but for
sure.
Oh, definitely.
Like, A Christmas Story, right? I think A Christmas Story is good because, like, that's, like, the first movie I think I ever saw where the kids swore, and I'm like, yeah, kids fucking swear.
Oh, no, they definitely will. It's a thing that's going to happen, and, I feel like my biggest problem is that a lot of adults that I'm around now, treat children as a way different entity than what they are, and I think that that's a very bad and dangerous thing to do, because children are their own goddamn people.
Yeah,
like, I don't know what you said.
Children are just small people.
Yeah, they're small people. I catch myself even being upset at things that Milo is just being a child doing, and I have to be better because he's a fucking child. Like, he's got to grow. I can't.
I think, as a parent, you are permitted frustration.
Oh no, for sure.
Like, it's just one of those things where you got to know the time and place for your own frustration, and that time and place is not actually in front of or at your kid.
Oh no, for sure. Well, I mean, here's what I'm trying to say: is that I get frustrated at a thing that I was taught that is wrong. I'm never I'm not frustrated at Milo. That's stupid to be that. But like, if Milo's doing something, I'm like, don't do that. That'll blah blah blah. Who the fuck cares? He's like 2. Like, whatever he's doing, whatever. But like, it's not my job to control my child. I'm not going to stop him from coloring with something because. Whatever. It's. I guess the thing is what I'm saying is Milo's an individual. So if he's coloring with a crayon that I don't like too damn bad, is what I'm trying to say. Because like I don't think it's a parent's job to control like shit that kids like and yada yada.
Oh no, absolutely not.
And that's what I'm talking about.
This to hell and back is that rules for your child should be things that impact their health and safety and general growth and well-being. It should not ever be about like what their interests are or what they want to do with their life, or like, how they want to dress or who they want to hang out with. Like, that should not be what the rules are. Like, rules should be Billy shouldn't play with knives, not Billy shouldn't play with Barbies. Like, that's the
it's just
that's the logic.
it's so easy to, even if you're against it, it's so easy to like have the what will the neighbors or family think idea. And I mean, it might be easy, it might be harder, but for other people it might be easier. But I do have a very somewhat not judgmental family, but judgmental group around me, and I'm just not giving a fuck because I can't. If Milo enjoys stuff, he enjoys stuff, and I can't like sit there and be like, "Oh no, he can't." And Olivia helps me remember that, because growing up the way I did, there's a lot of nopes, don't do that because white people, or because somebody's gonna think something, or it's 101 things that are instilled, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Tim's in the chat.
Oh, Tim's in the chat?
Yeah.
Who's Tim?
He's our friend. Hello, Mackle. Sorry I've been so busy lately. How have you been, friend? I hope I'm not responding to this so too late. How are you, Tim, if you're still in the chat?
Responding 200 years later.
Long ago. Like 10 minutes tops, maybe?
I'll message Tim if he's not in the chat anymore. But, yeah, I'm bad at checking chat. I fucking suck at it.
So I forgot you're streaming, and
yeah.
I also forgot.
because there's no pictures.
Guys,
there's no piggies for me to look at.
So I'll just have to watch the stream to watch you draw.
We always get so deep into chat. Michael,
are you gonna share your fucking screen?
Have I not been sharing my screen? Oh yeah, it's because I got it's because I got disconnected and I forgot. I fucking hate it. I mean, internet.
As much as I love your pretty face, I just I'd prefer to just see the screen.
He's just gonna smash his monitor.
I'm gonna fucking attack someone.
So mad right now.
Grr, bark, bark, grr.
Well, I'm drawing a page of pleb. That's what I've been up to, but I've been doing it very slowly because I put the water guy in it. Like he's a TV show host now.
Yay!
Hell yeah!
And we have this other just generic character. It's ESPN.
Hijacking ESPN with your worm show.
I'm good, man. Very exhausted right now, but doing good. Saw that you were on and wanted to hop on and say hi. Hopefully be able to jump into Discord with you soon and we can catch up. Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, I would just definitely wanted to shoot the shit. I still want to do that, like, work in progress with you sometime. On, like, that's, like, the live stream series, so we can, like, talk shop, talk about what we've been working on and whatnot. But yeah, we definitely need, it's been more than a year since I've, like, actually spoke to you over a call. I think the last time I remember, and this is gonna, like, make it seem like it was a really long time ago, was the fucking... We were recording the Scott Pilgrim stuff for the Edgar Wright video that never came out. Like, that's how fucking long it's been. Maybe not. Maybe we talked since then. That's the last time I remember talking to you. And Tim's asking, how's the gang? Hello, guys.
I'm doing pretty well.
You say something? I'm sorry.
Tim is saying, how's the gang? Hello, guys.
I'm a gang now.
Yes.
We're in a gang.
I joined the gang.
You guys, Tim actually knows, but hello, Tim. I'm doing well.
Tim, for reference, he was in if I don't know if you've seen anything on my channel, he was in a Derailed episode. He was also in the Mackle and Zach on the Super Mario Brothers movie with me, Matt, and Zach. That was like one of the first collaborations that I did with Matt. Yes. Not the first, but one of the first.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Scott Pilgrim stuff was at least a year. We talked since then, but we mostly live chat together on Discord since then. Yeah, I remember when me and Matt did that live stream on his channel with the what's that game called, Matt? It was like that
Brutal Legends.
Yeah, Brutal Legends.
Yeah.
I remember you hopping on for that one. Brutal Legends,
Did you guys do a playthrough of Brutal Legends?
It was.
I played about the first. I played it for about 3 hours.
Yeah.
I kind of want to finish it, but I haven't yet.
Oh. But yeah, I hope you've been well, man. The timing's just so bad with me and you with that. I swear to God, we've like scheduled like 8 different Discord calls that haven't happened just like this year alone. But yeah, I'm always down to catch up. Right now I'm drawing this shitty webcomic and still just working on. I don't know. I'm working on too many projects at once again because I tried to do one at a time and I did that for like 3 months and it worked well in terms of getting stuff out. It didn't work well in terms of viewership going up, so I just decided like fuck it, I'm just gonna make whatever I'm in the mood for making that day, and eventually stuff will come. I think I do release a decent amount of stuff. Some of it's like really easy stuff, like the Blumbus Farms episodes, the Stardew stuff. That's really easy to put out. But I get like a high effort movie. I get like a handful of high effort movie Mackle videos out a year. And I'm working on the comic, and I'm working on Nelman, and I'm working on the Good Wasp, but just whatever I'm in the fucking mood for. Tim says, right, lol. Well, we'll definitely catch up soon. Hopefully we can talk before June comes around, because I'm going on vacation in June. My husband and I are going to Tennessee again. Nice. I dropped my pen. I got a buddy in Tennessee. Good old Broint, Dow Starwolf. I just fucking doxed him. I'm sorry. He's openly said that.
Now I know his address is Tennessee.
Yeah, just go to Tennessee and you'll be there.
He'll be there waiting for you.
You'll be like up by the sign.
Yeah.
Population of 1.
Yeah.
I'll text you
And it's
tomorrow
him.
afternoon. And
The only man in Tennessee.
So
He is Tennessee.
I'm normally on my computer every night, at least for a certain amount of time, but sometimes I'm busy working on a project with one of these guys.
Oh, blame us. Okay.
Yeah, it is your fucking fault, Chris. But no, then this week will be a little weird. This upcoming week will be a little weird because I have a friend who's in town for like 2 weeks and I want to meet up with him one of the nights or whatever. But I'll have to show up to his house when I get there and then blame you for. Yeah, he'd probably get a kick out of random strangers coming into his house. Just say Mackle sent me. And he'll have a good sense of humor about what I've done to him. What was I about to say? Oh yeah, so like this next week will be a little weird, but after that it should be good. And we're gonna do a new recording session of Dungeons and Ducky soon. That's exciting. That's in a few days. Except it doesn't really like mean anything to anyone else since like there's still probably like 10 hours worth of the podcast to upload.
Yeah, Crystal needs to listen to it.
Probably like a year and a half from finishing season 1.
You guys will probably finish.
That's being generous. A year and a half. I just need to like eventually it has to be the focus, like a project that I'm focused. That's the only way Dungeons and Duckies is a series that gets completed is if there's eventually a time where I sit down and say, okay, this is the priority project for a while, and then I can get a bunch of them out.
I feel like you could do that really quickly and really efficiently just for editing down the audio, and then once you're done with that, just like but once a week.
It is still something I have to prioritize. You're right. Like editing down the audio would be a huge step. That'd be a huge stepping stone with getting the series out. But it is still something it is still something I would have to dedicate time to. We need to get drunk again sometime and watch that god awful Napoleon film. I know that was something that we've been talking about for years. I'm still 100% down to do the Mackle and Zach and Napoleon. I'm 100% down for doing that one. We just got to get Zach. I mean, Zach will do it. I'm sure he will, at least. Mackle and Zach is going to be me and Zach's main way of collaborating from now on because we're ending Duckcast. Three more episodes. It's tragic. It's a tragedy.
That's also kind of like exciting though.
It is. I'm actually like I'm happy that we're making it to 100, and I'm glad that it's just like, even though it's a podcast, it's not like a scripted series. I think it's the second series I'm ever gonna make that I successfully ended, because the other one was Michael Help Wanted, and then every single other project I worked on, I just worked on until I stopped. Like, it never had a final episode.
I don't think in my life I'm ever gonna be able to finish a project.
Don't say that. We'll do it. We're gonna.
Well, I hope I can finish a project.
No, I'm just cursed.
I really want to do it.
What should the last episode of Matt's Funtime Weird Movie Show be?
Shark Tale.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I was gonna say Killjoy, but that works too.
I probably will cover Killjoy on my channel eventually.
How many Evil Bong movies are there? I just watched your episode on Evil Bong 5. How many of those are there? Because it'd be cool to go out on like a tradition, right? Not that it should be Evil Bong specifically, but
arguably 10. There's one in development now, and it'll be number 10, except the one in development is Evil Bong 8, because that 10 also includes Evil Bong versus Ginger Dead Man and the spin-off movie The Ginger Weed Man.
You know what would be cool? Is if you could like be in one of the be in a movie that like you get like an acting part, whether a big part or small part, in something that looks like you would review. Like, you just get on board with the project and you act in it.
Full Moon is so low budget and so desperate. I'm sure if I really tried, I could get like a cameo in an Evil Bong movie.
Yeah, because it could be very interesting if that could be an interesting final episode where you actually appear in the thing that you review. Or I can just make a movie and you can review it.
But I just read the word marinara sauce as marijuana sauce, and I was totally ready to accept that. Marijuana.
That sounds pretty good.
Marijuana sauce.
It's just every project that it either gets like canceled before I can even start it, or someone dies. So I have just come to the conclusion that like I don't think I'm gonna ever finish a project. Either I'm going to be the one that bites it, or it's gonna get canceled.
We're gonna keep encouraging, like good old Tim here. We're gonna keep encouraging each other, and hopefully we'll all make it. Because Tim says, "Hey, if I can make it to the middle of season 2 of my show, not only get professional work from it, but get far more subscribers than I ever planned getting, I can definitely make it to your goals, bud. I believe in you." Thank you, Tim.
We should all believe in each other the way Tim believes in us.
Yes.
See, it's not that I don't believe in you guys or even myself. It's just the fact is that I just guess I'm not going to end anything, and I'm fine with that.
Ending a project, it's easier to start a project than end a project for sure. Like,
yeah.
Like right now I'm making this pleb comic. I have an idea for what the series would be, and I would love to make it to the final one. But life's gonna get in the way, and new ideas are gonna come. It's always gonna be a thing. But if it's something that's worth completing, then I think I have the ability to push myself to complete it, and I'll try to push you guys too.
Oh well, it's funny because like Stupid Smash Bros. Actually had an ending and everything, and we just never made it. So
Bemis and Company was something that I pushed for such a long time, and there is a final episode that I just haven't finished editing, and the reason I haven't finished editing it is because it's incomplete. Like, the ending, the closing scene is there, though. It's even edited. It's just I don't know, that was a web series that lasted for, I was doing it consistently for 8 years, and even for the first, there was episodes for a decade, and now these last 3 years there hasn't been anything. But there is still a final episode I'm just holding.
We debated on if we wanted to replace the person in question, and we just didn't feel like it would be right, and plus we've been gone for so long that there was no point in even finishing it. So
it's sometimes okay to just let a project be a pleasant memory, right?
Yeah. Well, even though we have a planned ending, it didn't go through. one person was gone. One person was gone and can never come back. So like, there's no way it would have had the same soul. So we just didn't bother because like, and we could try to imitate what they wanted to do, but like, it just wasn't possible. So we didn't bother.
Yeah, I understand. Like if again, like I know we're talking about something scripted versus a podcast, but you know, if like something happened between like me and Zach, whether it was something completely out of our control like that, or if it was even just like a falling out, I feel like neither of us would have wanted to continue it. You know, I feel like it's just like there's things that exist where if one person isn't there anymore, you can't keep it going. Like I think not to make myself sound replaceable, and I feel like Matt's show could exist without me. Because it's it's a movie versus movie podcast. I think it could exist without me. Duckcast was purely just like a podcast that consisted of two people having a conversation. Like if you might as well if you like you might as well just come up with a different podcast name if like the two people aren't doing it anymore.
I feel like if any of you guys leave Couch Co-op though, it's pretty much done. Like, there's episodes where you guys are not going to be in it, but if, like, you guys are like, I don't want to do it anymore, I'll probably do another podcast, but, like, I enjoy having you guys on too much to, like, not invite you guys, and it would feel, I mean, like I said, there's going to be episodes without, but, I don't know, if you guys were like, hey, I don't want to do it anymore, and, blah, 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 I might just do something different because, you know.
The thing about ending a series is like none of the series that I have really necessitate an ending.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Unless like I just want to stop doing it. Any of these shows can go on forever.
Until you die.
The only series I have on my channel that I stopped doing was Dead Eye Eddie Reviews, which it was 2 episodes, and then I shot a 3rd episode, and I never made it, and I'm like, this joke doesn't work. Like, I really wanted to do the joke, and then it just wasn't landing. I'm like, this doesn't work at all.
To also be fair here, my show Nostalgia Goggles does have a built-in ending. My whole show's purpose is to review every game I own. I will never make it to that point, but if I do, because there's a point where I'm going to just be done collecting video games, in all honesty, and that's probably when the countdown of the final episode will be. But I don't think I'm ever going to make it to it. I will be bored with the project, but I don't know. I would love to get to review every game. It's just, I don't know if I'll ever do it or make it, and if I don't make it, that's fine. I want to be 80 and complaining about NES games, and kids are not even going to know what the hell's going on.
The rants just become more and more incomprehensible.
Oh, Mario these days. Back in my day, we only had 2 buttons. Where am I?
Yeah, I totally understand. It's hard to finish something, especially if you don't have the partner you had with you at the beginning, and it's even harder to finish when you're dealing with loss. All those are major bumps in the road that often... all of those major bumps in the road that often it's just better to move on and try something new to bring your passion and energy level back up. I've been there, done that. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Like, I mean, there could just be events in life that like kill passion, like you have for something, and then you just need to find a new way to bring it back up. Like, I think Movie Mackle was like made kind of like it was it like merged from Slate Side to Movie Mackle because of that, because like it was called Slate Side because it was gonna be like this film production name, and I was like, oh, we'll do like a little podcast on the side too, but then like the film discussion became the entire thing, because like clear, like not that I'm not like friends with these people anymore. I still am. They're still very like important people to me. But we were moving on, and it was like kind of like the time where we were starting to move on. And I was like, I can't make fucking short films by myself. Little did I know, like, you can. You just have to have, like, the right approach. And I was just like, I gotta do something different, because, like, I started trying to make stuff, like, with, like, one or two other people, or just on my own, and it wasn't clicking with me. I wasn't enjoying myself anymore. So then but then doing, like, film reviews, and, like, commentary, and just, like, video essays, the childhood trauma thing we were talking about earlier, how me, Matt, and Tim are even aware of each other, really. All of that kind of, that was just new. That was interesting. And eventually, after doing it for so many years, it got a little, like, it's not that I don't want to do it anymore, I do, but it started to get stale. And that's when Nelman started becoming a focus. That's when the Good Wasp started becoming a focus. The Variety Hour thing I'm doing on that channel, because it's like, like, honestly, the fucking gaming stuff on the Brigade was, like, just, even though the gaming stuff is so fucking constant on YouTube and all, it has been for a long time, it's just, like, I wasn't doing it. So it was kind of a fun change of pace. I guess that's the only thing I would say. Like, if I ever had to give someone advice, I would just say, like, if you're tired of what you're doing, just do something else for a little bit. You'll probably, like, and like that passion you had for this one thing won't go away forever. It'll come back probably.
You know, on a totally different note, I want to say something that's kind of, I guess, I don't know how to put it, but I have to say, though, is YouTube, sticking with YouTube and sticking with you guys is a really, really great thing. You guys inspire me every day. And Aww. It's really cool. It's really cool to have people that either help out with a creative process or do a creative process, and it helps out mentally. So
it's mutual, man.
No, man, Chris. That is so wholesome. I'm gonna cry.
It's so nice.
That is mutual.
Well, the thing is, I think, I don't know if I 100% did it. Let me check before I say shit, because I don't like to be checked. But one of the videos that scared the shit out of me to make was a coming out video. And,
yeah. Well, I'm proud that you did. I'm proud of you.
It's not that, like, this coming out was scary, it's just the reaction to it. And Michael and his dumbass posted one of the sweetest goddamn comments that no matter what negative what I get, that one comment is more important in the world.
Have you received any, like, negative comments from anyone?
Absolutely not. Not on not on YouTube. Instagram's a different story. But
oh, really?
I've gotten weird DMs. I'm not going to talk about them here, but yeah.
Who do I need to fight?
No one yet.
I'm gonna read another
Put in
Tim
the grave.
comment.
Piss on the grave.
You know, my ritual for me is when all my passion has died, I sit down later in the evening, crack open some wine, and watch a badass 80s movie, like Highlander or something passion jolted. Honestly, that is honestly just seeing the right thing can bring it back to. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to remember, like, Barbara Westchester is what made me, like, start to push the Good Wasp more. The Secrets and Lies in Town of Sinners, followed by Barbara Westchester, the animated. It's an anime indie movie on YouTube. I've shown it to these guys, and that one was just like, because it was just like something that was basically made by one person, like with the exception of like a few like guest scenes where they brought up like a guest animator just for certain clips. And it was just like, holy shit, like, this is actually, if you're fucking dedicated enough, it's, like, actually possible. So
it's also a bomb-ass movie.
I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's not just the, like, indie, like, it's not, I always appreciate, like, indie stuff, but it's not just that aspect that I like about it. It's, I find it fascinating. It was even better on my second watch. And I love the little web series that, like, follows it. I love too, but I like that one. Its sense of humor is really good. That's, like, part of it. Barbara Westchester lowers down on the humor, but it's more interesting as a whole, I think. the fucking ESPN thing that you you were referencing earlier.
Oh, by the way, we lost your stream.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Did the stream end?
Just
no. I mean, we lost on Discord.
Yeah, the Discord stream. Okay, fair enough.
I should have been specific. I am sorry.
Well, I'm gonna have to go to bed because I have to be up for work tomorrow, and it is almost 10:30. So.
Jesus.
Good night.
It's almost 10:30. No, it's almost 11:30. Oh my god, Jesus! I didn't realize how late it was.
Well, 10:30 for me.
I haven't even started drinking yet, and I'm going to.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, Mitzi. Thanks for hopping on.
Good night. Have a good one.
I am gonna go for a while, whether I'm like streaming or not, because I just I wanted tonight to be a night where I actually just enjoy myself.
I will be here for a few minutes, and Olivia might choke me out because we need to do Sonic.
We all need to do Sonic.
I was hoping I wouldn't be super tired tonight, but it turns out I was wrong. I will be super tired tonight. Want to know how I can tell? Because I am. Oh shit!
Oh.
I gotta wake up. I don't know what store I'm going to first.
I'm gonna get drunk and try to get those emeralds again.
You know what I love about living in California? It hasn't happened yet, but it's gonna happen. I'm gonna wake up to the state being on fire and just going, okay.
Yeah, alright, yeah. Why not, right? It's like, sure, we all knew this day was coming.
Like, literally, that's kind of how it is. Like, we normally don't talk about the weather unless the fire is a thing, and people are like, oh, yeah, the fire's this close, and we're all like, yeah.
That good old fire.
Even though I never actually looks
like the state might burn down today.
Reading Tim's final message to the chat. Even though I never actually became a filmmaker myself, in the end, for some reason, watching other people's films and examining the filmmaking helps me get my passions back to complete what I'm doing. I mean, I think just and I know that you're not even necessarily talking about film criticism or like that, but it's just like I think that just sharing your experiences through film is a very passionate thing to do. I think it's an artistic thing to do. I thought that very recently fucking YMS's Lion King review was a fucking excellent example of that. That was such a good fucking breakdown of the original movie. Well, I probably better get some sleep, guys, because my eyes are killing me due to lots of editing. Love you all, and hopefully I will talk to you soon. Hell yeah, Tim. Thanks for hopping on.
Oh yeah, shit. I said the only series I've ever ended was Dead Eye Eddie. Ended after 2 episodes. Forgot I started my YouTube channel on a completely different series than the one I'm making now.
Oh yeah.
Teaching Hollywood to Love Again, which
I like the name of that series a lot.
Yeah, I made 15 episodes, and at some point I was like, I'm saying the same exact thing every episode. It's like, maybe you should give a shit about the movies you're making.
Yeah. But they keep not listening, so you have to keep giving the message.
I think my favorite thing about reviewing old NES games or old games is there's a point where you just kind of like stop at being specific about things. Where you just go, it's an NES game, we're good, moving on.
Whoops. Alright, well, I got the outline done for everything. I'm still decisions I need to make, but this has been
also Michael, it should be Wolf. It should be Wolf versus Worms.
No. No, it's you're gonna see the payoff to this on the next page. I'm telling you, it's gonna be worth it. I'm not even gonna share this page. You're not gonna see any of the text on this page. You're not gonna see any of it until both pages are done, because it's necessary. It's critical for what's happening on the screen right now. Anyways,
this is some deep lore.
This is some deep fucking lore.
It'll be important at the ending.
This is like another. This is just like another bit that's been in my head. This one I'm doing right here has been in my head since fucking high school. It's like the Amazon joke I did in that like earlier. It's just something that has been in my head for a long time and needs to come out.
Can we in Nelman make like a MacGuffin that never shows up, but we swear that it's important?
I like that.
It is written, Nelman will acquire the Ring of Oculon. And he never does. It never happens. But yeah. You make sure to bring it up like every couple of issues. Someone mentions it, but it never shows up.
Ultra Neckbeard Supreme says, "Howdy, what's going on here?" Not much. We're just shooting the shit. How are you doing, Ultra Neckbeard Supreme?
That's his YouTube name.
Yeah, it's his YouTube.
No. He came out the womb and they were like, "Oh, Neckbeard."
That's the name that they gave him at birth. It's on his birth certificate. Ultra Neckbeard.
Supreme, we're so happy. Do you think this any relation to the Supreme brand?
Yeah.
Parent Supreme brand.
No, so what's gonna happen is we're Knowman, and then he's gonna like spoil the whole series.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a fucking Gucci Neckbeard over here.
Gucci Neckbeard.
Probably should avoid talking about certain things on stream at some point. I don't think it's mattered yet, but once we're actually like making it, we should not talk about it on stream anymore.
Well, to be fair here, that idea only just popped up, and and my dumbass just wasn't thinking. So
okay, I'm vibing. Saw this in my recommended, and now I'm here. I guess. Well, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. And my name is not sponsored. Okay, it's not Supreme. Not the brand.
Oh man, that sucks.
It's probably for the best to not to have like a name that isn't sponsored. I don't know. Do you guys want to do anything? We've just been kind of like shooting the shit while I draw, which I like the conversations we've had. I think it's been an interesting stream for sure. But do you guys want to actually do something? Is there like a game you want to play or? I know Austin sounds like he's going to be out soon, but...
I mean, I'm down to do drugs.
Yeah.
Let's do drugs.
Oh, wait. Now we're talking about drugs? Never mind. I'll be wide awake for that.
Yeah.
It just depends what you bring into the party.
Just
look, the illegal variety.
Just look around your room for something, and whatever looks appealing, go for it. Make it, invent a drug.
Dude. My girlfriend bought fucking edibles. There's something I could do. I'm not, because fuck that. I'm good.
Will YouTube like freak out that we said edibles?
Probably not.
No. Edible. It's edible. Edible rock candy.
Edible paste.
No, that doesn't help. It's edible. They invented edible shoes. You take them and you walk around in them. You get them nice and seasoned after you walk around the food, and then you take them, you crunch and munch. It's fully biodegradable and highly digestible.
Shit!
So your girlfriend bought Crocs?
Yeah. Oh my fucking god! Yeah, she bought Crocs.
Spidey Norman is still the best accomplishment from tonight, but. I'm sorry for changing the topic like that. I shouldn't do it. It's just look at this boy and I want to talk about him.
How dare you stop our Crocs conversation?
Edible food.
Yo,
yes.
listen. Crocs with socks. Yes or no? I say yes. Crocs with socks. Yay or nay?
Edible food.
No strong opinion.
That's no.
What do you mean no? That's like that is a dad outfit.
Yeah.
The Crocs stay on in bed.
New unreads from fucking who? It's from
What did I miss?
This is late. This was put in the chat like a while ago, but horse refuses to give birth. When the vet sees
All right.
That sounds like a weird headline that would be in like BoJack.
Or in Florida.
Yeah.
God.
Socks over the Crocs. I think I like that one.
Socks over the Crocs.
That if you do that, you instantly become a grandfather.
Yeah.
Whether you realize it or not, you don't even have to have any grandkids. You just get promoted to immediate grandpa.
Kids. You just get a generation.
They bring them to you. They're like, here's your.
You wake up in a retirement. You wake up in a retirement home, and they're like, "Grandpa, you were asleep for a long time." You're like, "What?"
That would be fucking scary.
You know, that actually fucks me up every day. Is that like I'm so afraid that like everything that's going on is just a memory, and I'm gonna wake up one day and be like super old.
Remember when Ed and Eddie fucking Can't Talk did that? For an
Yeah,
episode?
I think that's what made me have a fear of that.
I do think about that because of that episode.
My fucking fear would be like, what if like all of this is just a dream, and like I wake up and I'm actually like 12, and I just imagine my whole life up until this point.
Look, man, I'd be so mad if this is a dream. I'd be so mad if this was a dream. Like the shit that I'm going through medically, I will fight someone. I will wake up mad if this is a dream.
I'm gonna be upside down for the rest of the stream. I'm gonna put myself back up in that corner. Now I'm upside down. For art purposes. We got Spiny Norman here. Let's open Steam up. Let's see what we can do on Steam. Chris, let's do Sonic 4 co-op.
How much is it?
No, don't. I'm joking. I know you'll do it. That's the sad thing.
The thing is, give me an excuse. I have to already buy a game for like because Mitzi wants to play it. Don't tempt me.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
Gonna get some tabletop. I don't even know. I mean, maybe I should just end this soon. I don't even know what else I want to like.
Matt.
What did Matt do? What did Matt do?
Done.
I don't know if you're gonna do it, but Spiny Norman is like the best profile picture.
I want to make that the picture for it, but it's just kind of like I don't know. I don't know what I want to call the channel. I don't think I should call it Spiny Norman, since it's like, even though it's a weird character that nobody fucking knows.
Mackle the Hedgehog.
No. I need to have a channel that doesn't have my own name put into it. I need to like. It's always like back then it was Bemis and now it's Mackle. Like I need to have a channel that doesn't have my name in it.
So what? I mean, don't you have like Shenanipals or whatever?
I do have Shenanipals, but that's
Shenanipals.
That one's done.
That one's dead. I killed it.
It is. I killed it. No, that one was just because we couldn't like keep recording with the people I was supposed to record it with, so I took some of the stuff I recorded for that channel and I'm just making it into like a video and movie Mackle now. My friend Gage has waited 4 years to see fucking Spyro footage we've recorded. 4 years is an exaggeration, but not that big of one. Making a channel for that drawing, you're gonna be some weird VTuber. My friend, you have no idea. You have no idea the extent that Spiny Norman here is gonna play on the future.
Wait, you're gonna be a VTuber?
Spiny Norman.
Whoa.
Well, I've got my Spiny Norman edit and drawing. Wasting my fucking life. Now I got plans for a project. I'll just leave it there. Because I don't actually fully know what I'm doing yet, and I don't want to say something exists that doesn't. You know, we're just gonna remove Photoshop, and it's just gonna be me in the void for now, until I can think of something else to do. What's the lore? The lore is... I just want to make a fucking YouTube channel where I talk about a very specific thing, and I've decided to represent myself with Spiny Norman. And I made the edit, the picture edit last night, and then I was like, I'll draw Spiny on a stream tonight. Spiny Norman is a Monty Python character. That's the lore behind the character on screen that I had there for a while.
Just a rule building.
Yes. I know I'm being vague as hell when I'm explaining this. I'm only being vague because I'm figuring it out. I've been messaging Chris about it. I have a channel called Movie Mackle right now where I do all of my shit, but I'm planning on starting another one up. This channel is just our like collaborative channel where we all hop on and upload shit.
You don't need to be spouting my business like that.
I'm sorry. Fuck, what do we... I guess I if no one else has any ideas, I think I'm just gonna end it.
I love how you're upside down, though, in a void.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I'd like to stay on and shoot the shit with you, but I don't have anything to do on stream.
Yeah. I mean, I'd definitely be down to continue shooting the shit after this. I still want to make a drink. I just, like... I can't think of anything that'd be interesting for a stream anymore. And honestly, it's up for debate if the other stuff I was doing was interesting for a stream. I just felt like doing it. I had work to do. And I felt like, okay, I'll stream and possibly get people on a call. That'll make it less tedious to do. So, yeah, I think we're going to end it. Ultra Neckbeard Supreme, thank you so much for showing up. Sorry we're leaving you hanging right now. But thank you for joining in, chilling with us for a little bit. We'll do some Stardew probably sometime this next week. I don't know. Austin, join us for Stardew, or I'm
fucking do it.
Or I'm coming over
I
there.
have it. I've got it. I just need to like.
I will cancel your children.
We need to plan a day.
You can keep them.
Your dog, I guess.
We're gonna
go. No, you can't have him. No, you can keep him. Never mind.
We're gonna go to Tennessee where Brent and Austin live.
You're gonna come to my house to live stream. I'm not live
streaming to his house.
And then I get a flat tire.
You flash my tires and you're like, hey, come visit me.
I rig your car to explode on your way.
You would.
Yeah.
You would. You totally would. I'm on my way to visit my friend. I still managed to upload it from the grave.
I'm like, shit.
I said, no. I survived, but just barely. All I can do is upload that video, and then I don't call 911. I just upload that video, and that's it.
Yes.
And you have like some boomer complaining about, oh, he should have called 911.
Well, there's this live stream of me confessing the crime then, so I guess that'd be a problem. So I guess it'd be very easy to get me in trouble for that. But anyways, thank you so much for anyone who attended this live stream. We're gonna end it. Thank you for tagging along. partner. What's that one video like that? It's like that like weird kid show with the one kid who said, "Thank you for coming by."
Oh, you can kazoo.
Yeah, I think so.
Kazoo or whatever.
Oh my god, the kazoo kid.
And that's where we'll end it.
Good night, everyone.